We are about 15 minutes into the third hour of the Battle of Eylau. And we're getting ready for our next activation cube draw. Having us another late night session. So we got the volume a little down. Not that I'm that loud anyway. But yeah, you never know. So a little bit of an after action report. Looking over here, and I do believe these are all the units that are coming into the battle. I don't think there's any more reinforcements left. First thing I'm noticing though is all these units here from the reinforcements that just came on, how they're really spooked by these dragoons. So don't really need to be that strong on the Russian right flank. And word has spread after the massacre of the Russians down here. See the only units they got left. Bunch of Lancers and Hussars. But they lost at least 2 units back here, and I think the word spread because the Russians have been taking heel and running. When one of their units, their morale's been low, and they've taken a lot of hits. Their units are brittle, so it's not looking good for the Russians. They're kind of flailing all over the place. They need to kind of consolidate a little bit. And maybe bring these units here over this way. We'll see what happens. French, on the other hand, have a bunch of units here that are now freed up. They can start making a move, but it ain't looking too good for the Russians, although they've had the advantage of a bunch of activations. So it could be a lot worse. So we're able to bring in our reinforcements. We'll see what we want to do about that. Like I said, we're ready for another activation draw now. I've had a little mini gaming season here, which is about ready to get back in rat race next week. So no more for my gaming season. Although, yeah, we've been a little bit semi-retired here for a little bit. It's tempting not to go back to work, but what can I say? As a matter of fact, they kind of made me an offer I can't refuse. So we're going to go back at it and give it another couple of years or so. We'll retire. We're not ready to retire yet. It'll be a while when we do get back to my homemade game. Although you never know how it goes. All right, ready? Let's go. Enjoy it while we can. Our little gaming binge. We got us. Is it the Fire Cube? Russians keep up the momentum, or the odds are in favor of the French. Yeah, there you go. Sometimes the law of averages just catches up to you. All right, well, that'll be 2 activations in a row. So that'll help. Let me see what we want to do as the French side. Like I said earlier, not really worried about who wins. Just want to see to the best of my ability and with the rules how the game comes out. To be honest with you, I like to pull the Russians. Pull out a win, so we're really going to try to ramp up that defense and see if we can't come up with a different outcome. We'll be back. All right, well, the amateur general in me tells me to press the issue. I think with Laval and all his troops, we got a little spot here. If we can get in here and knock these boys to each side. See what I'm talking about? Separating these forces. Let's push in here. Let's keep Laval activated. Push as good as we can. It was a long day. I just woke up. I was sitting at the table. I just opened up my eyes, so I'm dozing off here. You could probably tell in some of these videos it gets late at night, so I'm going to call it a night. But we're having a great time. Maybe when the sun's shining, get a little bit more awake. Yeah, I think that's a plan. We're going to try to push this because these boys here are all low morale and brittle. And here's some new ones. New units just came in, but their buddies already about faced and ran like little girls, so maybe take advantage of low morale. Keep on pressing the issue of our little corridor into back. Eager to get back to our ELAL 18-7 game. It's been 9 days since my last video segment, or when I've been able to sit down here and play the game. So, you know, when OGWG gets to sit down at the table, time's a little bit more kicked back. So we have just been busy. It's, you know, getting's good at all work. But it's been a while since I've sat down here, so I wanted to refamiliarize myself with what's going on. We're still finding out which division's going to get this cube, or which, well, let me see here. Yep. We were going to give it to the 4th, or the 2nd division. Is that who it is? 2nd division, 4th Corps, under Laval. But his men have already been activated once, and they really don't have enough oomph in them to get adjacent to any Russian units to assault. They come up one short. They need 2 movement points to get in to move adjacent. They don't have it. So, especially with these guys having to reform, move down a slope, and pay all the other terrain costs. So, old Laval, I don't think it's going to get the activation, the 2nd activation. It's really kind of between a rock and a hard place, because I think the only choice I have is to move my cavalry in here and try to take advantage of their weakened state. Now they're going to be up against, trying to get against these heavy artillery at close range. You know what that spells. But I want to try to get in here. And you know, who wants cavalry inside of these? This is all infantry. Cavalry is meant for wings, but why waste time out here? Fight's not here. We gotta get in here to this city. If I can get some good charges on there, of course, they'll have a chance to square up. If they square, that's always gonna be a pain in the ass. I don't know about that either. Or what we could do is just hold off on this interior fighting. But like I said, there ain't nothing really to be gained out here on these wings, except, you know, useless fighting or battles. So we really want to get in here. So I'm thinking that the 1st Dragoons under the replacement general. That's right, because the original general got killed, and that was who? Was that Klein? Yeah, Klein. So Klein bit to dust from an artillery strike, from artillery barrage. Nice little storyline in these games, but yeah. So his replacement general. Oh. And there's only going to be a couple battles. I mean, like I said, when they see him coming, they'll have a chance to square it. It's not good to hit a square. It's okay if you have a bunch of units around, and maybe get them from 2 or 3 sides, then that kind of messes with their morale and so on and so forth. But yeah, we really, what to do with this cube. And I think I've been sitting down here for a while on the last segment, so I really can't commit. And like I said, if this was a convention or I was playing another player, yeah, he'd definitely be employing the old hourglass, I guess that's what it's called. And that didn't come with the game. As a matter of fact, I got components from this game all over the place. We gotta, when we bring out our games, make sure we get our components back. I also had a equipment breakdown, so I'm under a new lighting system. I don't know if I can even tell. But yeah, we had a little equipment break. Just things going on with the passage of time. Alright, well, haven't made no decision yet on which cube to, where to award the cube. Somebody look this over real quick. This has been over an hour. Well, yeah, maybe 45 minutes to half an hour here and there looking over sober, but I gotta make a decision. Tough decision, like I said. Time is running out. Be back. Alright, we're going to have fun with it and go back to the lieutenants. Yeah, we'll go back to the lieutenants and see which one gets the old throw 'em all. He's got 8, I think. What is this number? That is their initiative rating. Okay, so that's a good one to use. 8 dice for him, 7, and so forth. And we'll let them decide, because I don't know. So yeah, we'll see what happens with fate. A little bit of a bot system. We'll be back. Alright, starting off with the 2nd Division 4th Corps will be Laval and his 8-member staff. Now also, Laval's going to be rolling, and this is just for me with a -1 die roll modifier because his units are already fatigued, and they really can't get to their spots, as I just stated earlier. So I really, if he was trying to grab my ear, I'd go, ain't really listening to you, Laval. But you never know if he could get a high die roll. So Laval's roll with his 8 lieutenants. What kind of plan are they putting forward? There you go. All right, there's this 26 -1 because I don't like his bad situation. So we give him a 25 score. Next is LeGrand. His 8 staff rating. Ready to roll the 8 dice with no modifiers. Don't know how I feel about. Well, his units are all back here coming on, so it'll be part of a ongoing plan, and we'll just have to move them. It'll be like not a wasted turn, but they're back here, so let's decide what we want to do with them right away. I'd like to use them as somehow we need a blocking force in case these boys want to get froggy. Come on down, protect our flanks. I didn't know if I wanted to use them, but like I said, we need infantry to bore on through. These boys around here, all these units here are step lost. Some of them significantly. So here you go. LeGrand's staff. All right, the big 22 for LeGrand. And it might be also that the staff and the people around them come to their general and say, hey, it's better off for somebody else to move. They might be agreeing with us, being part of the team, wanting the best outcome. All right, well, there you go. Joseph only rolling 7 dice. We'll take one away. 3 and a 4. No modifiers. A Joseph roll. Ooh. Joseph coming with a good argument. Rating 28. All right, now for my replacement. He'll only be using 6 dice. Like I said, he's a replacement, and some of the staff might have got hammered with that artillery barrage too, so had a little bit of a disadvantage. Be right back. All right, the old die roll for the valuable cube. Ooh. All right, comes up short, but I think a 3rd place roll of. So the cube goes to Saint Joseph. Now it says Saint or Saint or whatever it is, so I don't know how to really pronounce it, but Joseph and his cavalry. We can make good use of this. Now you got to remember, these units here are locked in. So it is what it is. We do have. Oh, are they all locked in? They're all locked in. Do you have anybody that's not? We need at least 1 or 2 of them. I think I'm seeing 1 or 2 here, and they're all full movement allowance. We've got to get. This is bad here because he's getting attacked by 4 sides. We can get 1 or 2 more in here, break this, loosen this up a little bit. So that will be what will happen. The cube is going to 4th Corps Cavalry. We'll be right back. Back with some late night gaming. Oh, and I must admit, between now and the last segment, I tapped out. Oh, it's been a long week. The season's just starting, so as I say in a lot of my episodes, I don't need to have a wargaming channel, but it's a slow-moving channel. But we're excited to get down here with the 4th Corps Cavalry's activation under Joseph. Now, I've already changed the facing, I think, of this unit going this way. We're going to get 2 of these units here. 2 of those. Oh, we got those regiments. 2 regiments going. I think the key to attacking these squares is going to be number 1, get die roll modifiers for attacking from more than 1 hex. That's about as good as we're going to get. They're going to get a minus or a +4 for their. I guess it's a +4 because we want to get a 7 or less for attacking this. So we want to add up strength points and as many modifiers as we can get. That's the only modifier we'll get is multi-hex on this one. This little boy here is the only one that might, if you attack him, if you even want to attack. But I changed his facing. he's going to be hitting with a -4. That's not good. Now this one here, we got all kinds of, and I think we only get one modifier, and it's multi-hex, but the key here will be the strength points versus, so that helps a little bit. Now here, we have our cavalry. First thing they want to do, or not our cavalry, we got our artillery with the cavalry. I'm trying to, because I got a mind block. But anyway, artillery, our horse-drawn artillery, he's going to flip to change formation. Easy for me to do. Did I get it? All right. There you go. So now he's got a 6. So whatever he does now, stacking limits prohibit anybody being stacked with cavalry, so prohibited move this way. Oh, we want to have us a die here because now he only has 6 movement points. Used one to change formation from unlimbered to limbered. He's going to move down to here. It's the only way to go, and that's going to be 2 movement points. So we'll change this down to a 4. I'm going to go to here to here. Alright, you see what we're looking at here. Movement can be a biatch either way. Let me see what I want to do here. Alright, so 3 more movement points. The only bad thing here, I'd love to move him right here. He's got to get 2 movement points to move adjacent. But he has no line of sight. If you can look at this as being a flat surface, then a hill, and then rushing. It's on here. A little bit before the time of guided artillery. So no good fire there with 3 movement points left. The only thing we could do is pre-position ourselves for the next turn, but if he gets a turn, he'll charge us while we're still limbered. And it's got a might have to do this anyway. What can we do? We'll be right back. Yeah, I just want to give a little insight in my line of sight theory, and it does say higher elevation is also, and it says you can fire at somebody adjacent, but I'm a big realism guy, and nah, if they're higher elevation, you ain't firing at them. There you go. Example, hex with the woods. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, we're going there. We're giving a big thought to just leaving that unit there with 3 points left. You can't move. Oh, we could move here. I'm going to take him 1. He's got 3 movement points left. That's 2. And then 1 on limber. What would you face him? One of these boys here could, on their activation, come down again. Yeah, we'll stay here. Maybe we can get it into evade if they come down. There is an evade rule when infantry tries to attack cavalry, so cavalry limbered, artillery maybe gets that, so we're just going to leave him there. That is a bummer. Now he isn't, almost could be a bitch, because the only 2 regiments that are free to move are these 2. Everybody else is locked in. So these are only 2 units that we get to move. We're going to see what we're going to do with them. We need to get at least 1 more here, maybe. Or go this way and help out our buddies here. He's already suffered 2 step losses trying to go against that artillery. Not good. Not good. So his strength points are only 5. And then he breaks. He is no longer combat efficient. So he's got 5 strength points left. Lost 2. That's high losses going in. So maybe we'll try to get him some Hussar help. There you go. Having a good time down here. Every night's a work night. But we had a good day. We have a good little sesh. We're back. Alright, then. What we got here? Ooh. 3rd Regiment of the 4th Corps Cavalry. Alright, we started right there. That's 2 bis 9. Four bis 9. This is decision time. I think we'll do something like, let me see here. Let me hold off. Because now would be the time where the Russian units here get to decide if they want to square up. Because they're definitely within range. We have 5 movement points left. Be honest with you, it wasn't so late. This is where you'd have the killer Hasur sound effects coming on in. So you gotta bear with me. We'll be back. Alright, just want to make note also that this hex here, and that hex here are all 3 movement point hexes. So the move here would be, this is 1, but it's just 2 to get up the slope, and then an extra movement point to get adjacent. It costs the French player 1 extra movement point to move adjacent. It costs the Russian player 2 movement points to get adjacent. So to get units together, ready to fire and everything, and organization-wise, the French have the advantage. So all 3 of these hexes are 3 movement point hexes. Be right back. All right, and before we do our movements, I just want to make a little editorial. I need to climb on my soapbox. I was thinking about this earlier at work. This is a fantastic system for Napoleonic miniatures. This is my miniature set. And you might have seen it through some of the other shots. So I think I got me some Prussians here and some French on the right. But I painted those up. Shoo. Let's give it 25, maybe 30 years ago. It was a long time ago. I never got into miniatures. I didn't even know there was miniatures, that you could use in combat. I just painted them up because they were cool. And I think they're pewter or something like that. But this would be a great system for miniatures. I mean, I have to look at the stands and how you get the units in there. But yeah, you just replace this stuff here with the actual units in line. And it's really good. I've knocked old Sound of Drums games, but something tells me they got a different supplier and printer because, like I said, I think they're notorious for at least their first foray into the gaming industry for having everything messed up on components, everything. So I'm sure they fired, if not lawsuited their suppliers, but didn't get their component aspects down pat. The old boy's got a good system. I'm having a great time at it. I just, had a $75 game was $125 or something like that. So whatever. We're gonna get as much. We're gonna get his supplier back by having as much fun as we can with this. So there you go. It's final verdict. Bad components might not have been the company's fault, but it's a good game, a good system. We'll be right back. The STA Battalion. I guess that's what it is. Oh, I can't see it. I guess it's probably the 8th Division. Anyway, they're going to attempt that is right. Distance from enemy is 2 hexes, I believe. 1, 2. Yeah, they're just now getting, so look at a -1. Enemy cavalry is adjacent, no. Leader, no. Elite are green, no. So we're rolling with a -1. Yeah, well, no, wait, hold on. Distance cavalry is 2 hexes, yeah, so no, -2. -2 on this roll. We got the Russian die. No, we need a 2-die roll. I'm sorry. 2-die roll. And if we get an 8 or more, they succeed. -2. They don't succeed. Wow, that could mean a change of targets. Wow, really? Okay. Oh yeah, this unit here that is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 hexes away, so that's a -1. And his attempt to square needs an 8 or more. Ooh, got it. Succeeds on a 2D roll of 8 or more. So there you go. There you go. Alright, we still have 5 movement points left. Decide where our next hex will, what our next move will be. We'll be right back. Alright, there you go. And with that, we'll stop there. We're definitely not going to charge here. If we decide to charge in here, these boys get to fire first, so it depends on what we're going to do. We're here. We can move into this spot with 1 movement point remaining. We've opened up a nice little slot here for our last regiment to come on through and take position. I believe we'll have this regiment and this regiment attack the artillery. This old boy here will charge the unformed infantry here. We'll have all these combats. Don't touch that dial. Alright, well, eventually, a little thing about miniatures is retirement time. I've already said this here is just temporary. This has to go behind me. It's a nice little piece of thick paneling. It's just back in the day, boy. Amazing. But anyway, you get a nice table. Look at all the room I got for miniatures. But one thing I want to say, look how it goes down there ways. I was watching miniatures today, and I think they were using a larger scale miniatures, and these units were just so packed. It was ridiculous. They had no maneuver room. If you look on this map here, well, you got some maneuver room. So I think when I got into miniatures, I'd get into them. I bet, yeah, it's another lifetime. But anyway, I'd go for either the smallest version, which are, because I like maneuver room on a table, or the second smallest. I wouldn't go to the highest, because a lot of these videos I'm watching on YouTube, man, I mean, there's no maneuver room. I mean, you start with a whole group here and a whole group there. I mean, I know in a class you got all your modifiers and everything, but yeah, we need some maneuver room. Now, this game here, we get done with this little kindergarten or nursery school game. We get into the full-blown professional game. You're going to have maybe probably the same thing, but you can see the scale. I think, yeah, we're going to be lined up somewhere along here, I think. And we're eager. We actually chomp at the bit, but like I said, I ain't got much time. We should be done with this game. Well, Player 8 guys, I think they get a game done in one night. But if you can't tell, I'm definitely green around the gills. Doesn't show. Well, for the Player 8 guys, so yeah, maybe my next lifetime, like I said. So let me get down here. We got one more unit here to move. We might do it tonight. Might be another lifetime. We are here at GWG. Don't want to say that too loud, though. We'll be back. Well, before we finish up our movement and call it a video, I might take the day off tomorrow. It's one of the things I do. I don't know if you've seen my channel, but I do a lot of that daily fantasy. And we had a good night. So yeah, we might have to take a day off tomorrow. That was good news. It's always nice and you can celebrate. Wow. And the thing of it is, you get to watch this on my phone. I got my phone sitting here while I'm recording, but wow, that was nice. And it came right down to it the last 3 minutes of the game. And the casino offers you a payout when they think you're going to win. So they're offering me all kinds of money to what's called cash out. They're telling me cash out. And you can tell how good you're doing and how bad you're doing by the amount of the cash out money. If you know. But anyway, yeah, it was getting up here. They want me to cash out, and I was about ready to hit that button because my player was like going down to 3 minutes, and he had to get a certain amount of rebounds. I think it was Queen or McQueen on the Pelicans. See, I don't even know basketball. I have no idea, but I do know numbers. But he needed 5+ rebounds or something like that, or 3+. I don't know what it was. Maybe I think it was 5, and he just got his 5th rebound. And yeah, cashed me out pretty good. It was along with the 7 other players that did what they were supposed to do tonight. And I'm telling you what, that never happens. But when it does, it pays handsomely. So, yeah. Oh, that's going to be a good day. Yeah, I'm taking a day off. Whew, that was killer. All right. We're all happy. We're going to move our last little unit here. He has 9 movement points. I believe it's going to go something like this. Oh, that's 7 he has left. I think the only place to go, yeah, is right on in there. Now we'll resume on the next episode. Whoever's here, whoever gets charged, whoever one of these units gets charged, and that goes for all these two, even these units in square. Remember that, GWG. Watch this video. All these units, this one, this one, this one. Whoever gets charged here, get the fire first, and then we'll proceed with the assaults. And I'm gonna have to look at that again. I thought I seen somewhere with even the units that aren't participating in that aren't getting assaulted, and if they're adjacent, they can still fire. So we'll see what happens. I'm thinking that when this boy here and this boy here charges here, he'll get a chance to fire first. But I think it's units here get to fire also. We'll see. Call that a video. Great night. We might be back at it. I get to take the day off tomorrow. Yeah, be back.